pull right on back. One of the most effective ways to force your opponent to make units instead of drones, and a fourth command center for Select. This is actually a little bit surprising. I actually don't know how much I like this play. He really should be gearing up to float that third command center to these destructible rocks. This might just be a mistake.
I've actually seen, is it MVP that's done something like this before? There's a Korean Terran who's done this in a match at GSL, but I can't quite remember the name of it.
MVP did get 4 command centers very quickly against Nest-T. However, MVP was able to put those at 4 different bases. So, I mean, I kind of get that, but what Select is doing here is Select is giving Dimaga a big opportunity to have some free time, some leisure, where he can add on way more drones and start to step back into the game.
Now, we talked about how Select had that one build in this matchup. As this game is about 13 minutes in, do you really see a big change to his playstyle in this matchup?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the fact that there is no medevacs, I mean, I think that would surprise anyone who's watched Select for any amount of time.
See the pathogen gland started, of course, from that infestation pit, which will definitely make for some big cheers here if some huge fungals are landed later in the game. These Hellions are really being quite active across the map, making these roaches being active as well, but really just keeping Dimaga on his toes. Here's the big missile turret wall, of course, to defend against any mutas, but we're not going to be seeing mutas because we have 5 infestors on the way, Sean.
Oh, 5 infestors. One of my favorite things to hear, JP. With those pathogen glands finishing up and the double Evo chambers going down, I think that we're getting the chance to see trademark Dimaga going for that big infestor Zergling swell. Looks like the creep is continuing to expand for Dimaga, trying to again establish those counter attack paths. And again, notice he's spreading creep on the left as he expands to the right. If Terran moves along the right side, he can easily do a fast play up the left.
See that the high yield is up and running. Planetary Fortress about halfway complete. And, you know, that might seem like a good idea, but sometimes Zergs will just run in the exact amount of Banelings and take it out. You can't lift it. You'll lose a command center and that fortified position.
And Dimaga's really getting the opportunity to step back into this match. He desperately needs to begin those upgrades at the very least. He cannot afford to fall behind. 4 more barracks going down for Select. Soon enough, he's going to be getting reactors on all of those racks. And look at this, a 3rd factory. This is so unlike the Select that we normally see.
And here it comes Dimaga moving up. He wants to deny. There's a big fungal going down on Select's Marines. Is it going to be enough to kill him? He gets 1 clump, but he will not be able to push further as he did a lot of damage there. The supply still in the lead right now for Select at 108 to 88. And Select is actually going to push forward here. He feels like he's at the advantage of that last fight.
Yes, Select trying to do his best. Oh, another big fungal manages to annihilate a good pack of Marines. The gold rocks have not even been taken down by Dimaga, and it looks like it's just Zergling Infestor at this point for Dimaga. His one vulnerability would be those medevacs, but as we see, Select has only just finished his starport. I don't even think has any medevacs on the field. No, he does not, but 70 SCVs. Maximum macro for Select. Hive now incoming for Dimaga, and plenty of Infestor Ling to defend.
Now, one thing here, if Dimaga can get that Hive up and get those units out that he wants from it, he's really going to be in a great position, but he's got to get there first. As a big fungal lands on those Marines, he really does not have all that much to defend with, only Lings and these Infestors at the moment.
And look at this, he's bunker turret pushing. We never see this play out of Select, but carefully crawling his way down to this bottom right expansion, trying to make sure that Dimaga doesn't get too far ahead in those resources, and then just the perfect pullback, a single medevac enough to allow Select to push aggressively forward.
And here come the Infestors. Will they be able to get the big fungal out? He gets 1. It's not going to be enough, though. He will have to follow that up. Oh no, Select actually lifts at the last minute there. And if he can deny this hatchery, it's really going to put Dimaga in a very, very bad situation. Looks like Dimaga can't do anything. The hatchery's going to go down.
And Select takes down Dimaga's 3rd expansion. Great play by Dimaga, but man, those creep tumors getting very far extended forward.
Now, you've oftentimes said that MVP plays a very slow Terran, one of the slowest Terrans that you've ever seen in almost all of his matchups. Select is kind of looking like that right now. He's pushing very, very slowly across the map, but it's just so hard to break as the Zerg player here.
Very careful, meticulous pushing, and oh, the big fungal. He needs to land another one, and he does, and now the Zergling Roach is starting to spring forward. Dimaga making his last stand. Oh, and he barely missed the opportunity for the fungal that he needed. The Roachling does manage to eat back to force a little bit, but Select is looking strong.
And Select, I mean, 153 supplied to 96 of Dimaga right now. He's effectively on 2 bases. The third hatchery is up and running. We see a lot of forces being pushed here up on the right to that through that base. But now we see a huge spread from Select at the gold base of Dimaga. Tanks are spread, Marines are spread. It's going to be very hard to break this, Sean.
And it looks like we have 5 Ultralisks coming as well. Another huge fungal, but is it enough? You see the Marine count is ridiculously high. He does have 1-0 upgrades, level 2 about to finish. Can he get another fungal growth? It looks like Dimaga barely has enough energy for one more and does not get the hit that he needs. Those Ultralisks only 15 seconds from popping out right now, but Select has pushed forward, taken down a single hatch. He may even take down these eggs before they finish.
Now, this attack is going to do a lot of damage. It won't kill Dimaga because those Ultralisks are about to pop, but there is a Thor here. He might actually be able to kill these Ultras before they can really do much damage, and here we go.
Ultralisk starting to push on back, but we do see that the tank line continues to extend backwards, and it looks like they're slowly falling, and more reinforcements from Select, and it looks like Dimaga's last stand was not enough, and good game.
Select getting his birthday wish in that first game. And I got to say, he has actually improved so much in that matchup, Sean.
He's looking absolutely incredible, but don't count Dimaga out yet. I mean, Dimaga suffered so much damage to that early 11-11 racks and still pushed it to a 20-minute game, a very impressive feat. And you saw Dimaga inches away from repelling those attacks with such a small amount of units. Imagine if Dimaga got the chance to have a safe, stable opening. And I think it all came down to the choice of map. What's going to be map number 2 between these two?
I think he might get that safe, stable opening, Sean, because we're going to be headed to Shakuris Plateau as our next map.
And there on the left, you see Dimaga. On the right, you see the man up 1-0. That is Select. Now on Shakuris Plateau, very good map, again, for that early barracks aggression, but you have a little bit more comfort of defense as Zerg.
Yeah, so looks like both players are ready, Sean.
Oh, all right. I'm ready. I'm going to say good luck, have fun, and good game. The match.